Okay, Assalamualaikum class. So today I'm going to demonstrate how can we use a ready-made vector from FreePic, okay, and bring them from Illustrator to After Effects. All right. So first of all, you go to the weekly learning in week 6 to 7 in the activity folder. I have provided one of link to free vector. Okay, so you click on this link and then it will navigate to FreePic, and then you scroll down until you see this image. Okay, so you click and you download the folder. So once you have downloaded the folder, and you can find where you save it. Okay, so one of the file called .epf. So this is the one that we need to open in Illustrator. So to open this file, you cannot double click. Okay, so if you double click, you will open them in .pdf preview. So we don't want to do this, but we want to open in Illustrator so that we can pick only the objects that we want to use in in After Effects. Okay, so you right click in the .eps and then you open with Adobe Illustrator. Right, so this is the file in Illustrator. So now you see that in the layers you have layer 1. So if you expand, then you can see in a group, you expand again, and there are 3 different groups where it divided into these 3 sections. Okay, so the one that we're going to use is the middle one. So we need to hide the first section and the last section. Okay, and then you expand again, and this is all the layers that contain in the middle vector. Okay, so I want you to hide these 3 tags and the background. Okay, so this is the paragraph, the first text, and then this is the last text, and also the background. Okay, so now you highlight everything. Okay, and then you go to edit and copy, and then after that you go to file, new, and you set the width with 1920 by 1080, and the measurement is pixel, the orientation is landscape. Okay, you press create, and then you go to edit and you paste again. Okay, so this is the file. Make sure that to resize this, you must press the shift in your keyboard. Okay, so you can make it this bigger so that it can occupy all the canvas. Right, and then after that, in this layer 1, you expand. Okay, so now what I want you to do is you click in layer 1, and then we need to add 12 more layers on the top of layer 1. Okay, so you press 12 times. Okay, right now we have to move all of these visible layers to an independent layers. Right, so the first layer, this is the cloud, so you click and then drag to layer 2. Okay, and then next to layer 3, this is to layer 4. Right, and the next one, this is for the building. You don't have to select one by one, because this is all the elements that made up the first building. Okay, and then this is the next layer. Make sure that you move layers with eyes visible. right? So just to check that if you hide layer 1, okay, should be there is nothing missing from this image. Okay, so now I will delete my layer 1. We are not using this layer anymore, so you can press the dustbin. Okay, and also for layer 12 we can delete this because this is empty, there is no object inside layer 12. Okay, right, so now we are done. I want you to save the file. Okay, you can save as save on your computer, and then you can name it as scene 1. Okay, so once you're done, then you open the Adobe After Effects. So how to open the file from Illustrator to After Effects? You can double click anywhere in the project, okay, and you navigate to the folder where you save the Adobe Illustrator file, and make sure that you import as composition, not as footage, and then you press open. So this is the scene. If you double click, right, you can see that this is all the layers that made from Adobe Illustrator. Okay, so the next thing what I want you to do is to rename the building. So if I click on layer 11, and to check that if this is a building layer, I will hit this solo layer. Okay, because when you hit the solo layer, only objects in that particular layer will be appeared in your canvas, right? So this is the first building. So I'm gonna rename this building. So how to rename? If you press enter, okay, right? If you press enter, and then you can rename to building 1, and then you enter again. Okay, so this is the first building. Make sure that you are in the composition scene 1, not layer building. Okay, because just now I accidentally double click, so that's why it opened in layer building 1. So you can delete this. Make sure that you are in composition scene 1, and then how to rename? You click on that layer, and then you press enter from your keyboard. Okay, then you can rename the file. Right, so this is the first building. We are done, and then we need to find another layer for the second building. Okay, so the second building is layer 5. Okay, so you can hit the solo layer to make sure that your layer 5 is the second building. Right, so you click on the layer 5, and then you press enter from your keyboard, and you can name this as building 2. So once you're done, you hit again the solo layer, and you can see all the objects, okay, the vector in your canvas, right? So now just to make your object look more good in the composition, okay, you can rearrange all of this layer, right? So first of all, I want you to select everything, okay, and move this to the left, right? And then after that, I want to copy this layer, which is building 2. Okay, I want you to copy this building 2. You can go to edit, or you can press command C to copy, and then command V to paste. And in the timeline, you can see there is another new layer called building 3. So I want you to bring the building 3, okay, somewhere here. Right, so now if you hit again the solo layer, so you will have this in your canvas. Okay, and another thing that we need to add is the background. So if you right click, and then you go to new, and then solid. Okay, so you name it as background. Okay, and then you can choose any color, and you press okay. So this is on the top, and you need to bring the solid layer to the bottom.